Hello, everyone. This is Trevor, and thank you for coming to my channel, Pioneer Spirit. If you could please like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, watch my videos right till the very end, because a lot of times I save a lot of my solutions to what grinds my gears to the end of my video. So if you do that, comment. Constructive criticism, always welcome. Positive comments, always welcome. Trolling comments are welcome. They give me a good laugh. So, yeah, I appreciate everyone who supports my channel. You help me to keep going. So I thank you very much. So today's subject, something that I have thought about for many years, because I did work in an operating room. And this situation did come up at one time for me. So, and I took this question. So I'll start off by saying, yes, I worked in an operating room, and one shift I came across a jar of cocaine. And to my astonishment, I didn't know that operating rooms used cocaine. But I learned, right? Hey, everybody learns something new every day. Well, on this particular day, I learned that, yes, cocaine is used in Canadian operating rooms for eye surgery. And what it's used for is to dilate your eyes. Now, I was told by the surgeons, don't worry though, Trevor, the cocaine that we use, it's not street grade or whatever. I thought, okay, but there's still a certain amount or percentage of cocaine in this, about maybe a 2 or 3 ounce bottle of paste or whatever the heck it is. There's cocaine in there, and it's used to dilate your eyes. So I'm like, okay, that's fair enough. But over the years, I start thinking, and I'm like, okay, it's cocaine cannot be grown in any factory here in anywhere in the world. It grows in South America. Okay, you can only get cocaine from South America. It's not like marijuana where, you can have grow ops in your homes across Canada or United States or Russia or wherever. Cocaine can only be grown in South America. So I start questioning these things. I go, well, okay, if our hospital, it has to have a certain amount of cocaine in it to make the paste for eye surgeries. The hospital I worked at, they could do upwards of 50, eye surgeries a day. It was just cranking them out every day. And I think that we're one hospital. There has to be a certain amount of cocaine that has to be given to our hospital so the pharmacy can make up whatever the paste is to have the eye surgery. So I start thinking, well, you take all the hospitals across Canada and all these hospitals that do eye surgery, and there could be surgeries beyond eye surgery that uses cocaine, but I'm not sure. Just to use the eye surgery just as one part that I know of, I think, well, how many? And it starts, I think, it has to be in the range of kilograms. There has to be kilograms of cocaine shipped across Canada and imported into Canada. The Canadian government has to import cocaine. And how much cocaine does the Canadian government import on a yearly basis? I don't know. I've looked it up. I can't really find anything on it, but the Canadian government has to import kilograms, plural, of cocaine per year to supply its hospitals so that they can perform eye surgeries. And, hundreds of hospitals across Canada that do, each hospital's doing several dozen or more, 50 eye operations. I worked in an OR. And if you got 3 eye rooms running, surgery all day, 50 surgeries could be done. Maybe some of them don't get cocaine to dilate the eyes, but I'm assuming some of them are, so there has to be a certain percentage of cocaine. So, just something to think about. It's kind of like an FYI. I'm just kind of feeding your mind here to let you know something that I know. And maybe you've thought about this, maybe you haven't. It is something to think about, though. And I start thinking in terms too, well, I can't just call up Colombia and say, I'd like to import 1 kilogram of cocaine per month. I can't do that. There'd be like a, knock at the door and it'd be like,
"Hello, Trevor. This is the RCMP. We are here because you're importing cocaine."
okay, I can't do that. No Canadian can import cocaine, but the Canadian government can import cocaine. And the Canadian government has to be importing a ton of cocaine per year. So then I start thinking, well, how much of that cocaine is being stolen? Okay, how much cocaine does the Canadian government import that gets, there's some skimmed off the top and it gets put out onto the street? So these are questions that I have, and comment below and tell me, have you ever heard of this before? I want you to think about it. Well, definitely the Canadian government, I can't find anywhere how much cocaine the Canadian government's importing per year, but it's got to be a lot. It's got to be a lot when you factor in all the hospitals across Canada and all the eye surgeries they do, and whatever surgeries require cocaine. Now it's not okay. I was assured then, Trevor, don't worry. The cocaine we use for the eye paste surgeries, it's not street legal or not street grade. Oh, okay, fine. But there's still a certain amount of cocaine in there. There's still a certain amount of cocaine that every hospital needs to do their eye surgeries. How much is that? It's got to be a lot. So I just find it really almost funny that, the Canadian government, they're importing cocaine, but the fine Canadian citizens here, we can't import cocaine. Now, I know places like British Columbia and whatnot, there seems to be some legalization on some companies, or perhaps that's changed from the articles I read as of late, but, being able to street sell a couple grams of cocaine, well, they have to import it, or they're buying it from the Canadian government. And if that's true, if the Canadian government's now legalizing places like British Columbia to sell cocaine, that means they got to import even more cocaine to feed the legalization of selling it in stores. So not only now is the Canadian government, so the Canadian government, I mean, they're working. Who are they working with? I mean, seems to me like the cartels would own the cocaine that's grown in Peru or Bolivia or wherever the hell it comes from down there. So who's the Canadian government dealing with? I guess is there legalized mountainsides where cocaine's grown, and that's who they're dealing with. I just find it it's almost funny. Yeah. So ask yourself, how much cocaine do you think the Canadian government imports every year? It's got to be, there's got to be many kilos every month being shipped into Canada to supply the hospitals for their eye surgeries. And now if they legalize it, I guess maybe those companies, what are they going to deal with the cartels in South America? I doubt the Canadian government's going to do that. They're going to you have to deal with them. So again, that just means even more kilos of cocaine being purchased by the Canadian government. So I just want to leave you with that little bit of food of thought for today. Thought for food for thought. Anyways, I appreciate everyone who's come to my channel. Your support is greatly appreciated. And thanks for watching. Hope you're having a good day. Bye-bye.